What it does. Linux file permissions determine the level of access users and groups have to files and directories.
The chmod, chown, and umask commands are used to manage these permissions. Chmod. What it does. The chmod command changes the permissions of a file or directory. Command/example. Breaking it down. The first digit represents the owner's permissions: read, 4, write, 2, execute, 1. The second digit represents the group's permissions. The third digit represents others' permissions. The numbers are added together to get the total permission value, e.g. 7 equals 4 plus 2 plus 1. Common mistakes. Using 777 permissions, which allows anyone to read, write, and execute the file, is a security risk. Forgetting to specify the recursive flag, R, when changing permissions for directories. Try this next. Use chmod with the symbolic notation, e.g. chmod u plus xmfile. Text to add execute permission for the owner. Pro tip. Use the chmod command with caution, especially when working with system files, as incorrect permissions can lead to security vulnerabilities or system instability. Chown. What it does. The chown command changes the owner and / or group of a file or directory. Command/example. Breaking it down. The chown command can change the owner, group, or both. The syntax chown user group file changes both the owner and group. The syntax chown group file changes only the group. The syntax chown user file changes only the owner. Common mistakes. Forgetting to specify the recursive flag, R, when changing ownership for directories. Using chown without proper permissions, which can result in a permission denied error. Try this next. Use chown with the from option to change ownership only for files owned by a specific user or group. Pro tip. Use chown to manage file ownership in scripts and automation tasks to ensure consistent and secure file access. Umask. What it does. The umask command sets the default permissions for new files and directories. Command/example. Breaking it down. The umask value is subtracted from the maximum possible permissions, 777, to get the default permissions. A umask of 022 means new files will have permissions of 755, read, write, and execute for owner, read for group and others. Common mistakes. Setting a umask that is too permissive, which can lead to security issues. Forgetting to set a umask in scripts or automation tasks, which can result in inconsistent file permissions. Try this next. Use umask in a shell configuration file, e.g. /bashrc, to set a default umask for all shell sessions. Pro tip. Use a restrictive umask, e.g. 077, to ensure new files are not readable by others, and then use chmod to grant access to specific users or groups as needed. In production environments, it's essential to manage file permissions carefully to ensure security and access control. Use chmod, chown, and umask commands to set and manage file permissions, and always follow best practices for secure file access.